X-Wings, B-Wings, A-Wings, Jedi, Starfighters. Let's do this. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, once again, we got that hip hop, we got that geek, and we bringing it together for thumbnails. That's right, we're talking about animation today. If you draw it and put it on the screen, that is what it's about. And we've got a little Disney news that passed by me. It seems like Lucasfilm has been working, like they said a little bit last year, on a new animated series, because we're going to be getting into what we know of course, Star Wars Resistance. And after getting into the news, I'm on the fence. There's some good, there's some bad, there's a little bit of ugly, and we're going to try to touch on it all. First up, this is going to be a anime style kind of show. It's going to have some anime flavor to it, and it's going to lead up to the events of course, The Force Awakens. Now, I know what you guys are already thinking. Why are we playing in the same time, space, whatever? Still, I'm not sure I feel about that, but give me a second. I'm trying to fix it for y'all. It's going to be headed up, of course, once again by Dave Filoni. Aha, see, you didn't know that was coming, did you? You did. Well, okay, you probably knew that was coming. But anyway, the good is, yo, check it. It's headed up by Dave Filoni. We've trusted him with the Clone Wars series, which was incredible. We've trusted him with Rebels, which, you know, it's not always my favorite, but there are some great episodes in there. And there's some great stories in there. And I think that he has a real grasp on just how to tell stories in Star Wars, how to balance out Rebels, how to balance out, the Empire, how to balance out Jedi, how to kind of go through the lore. So that's the good. The bad about this is that we're in this timeline leading up to The Force Awakens. I really wish we had another timeline, or I really wish that we were, I don't know, somewhere else, just not dealing with these direct ties to the movies. I would like to see more freedom by going either in the future, like I said, talking about Valiant with 4001 AD, or going way back in the past with something like Knights of the Old Republic. But, that's not super bad. It's just a little bit bad. In this one, you don't have to worry because there is no ugly at all. So word on the street is this going to follow a young pilot by the name of Kazuda Xiono, and I hope I'm not screwing up that name. I think that's how you say it. And it's going to be based on Dave Filoni's kind of idea on World War II pilots, when they were in dogfights and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that this has kind of like an aesthetic, like, Fly Boys and, some camaraderie and, kind of doing their thing, because this pilot is going to be tasked with spying on the growing First Order. Now, there's some ugly about this. The ugly about this is this might pigeonhole the story, but hopefully not. I'm sure they'll be creative enough to make this work. But if not, it could be very, very one note and very monochromatic. But the good thing about this is dog fights. Yo, anime style with dog fights? Are you kidding me? Do you remember that anime that dude put out on YouTube about the Empire and the rebels fighting and stuff? That was super cool. And you should definitely check that out when you get a chance. But I'm getting that vibe, well, at least on the inside, I'm thinking it would get that vibe of like dog fights and sneaking around and, cloaking or whatever, doing whatever you gotta do and flying the best flight you can fly. So that's the great thing. The bad thing is I'm worried that this Kazuda guy or girl might have the same kind of attitude as all the plucky young kids that they usually put on these Disney Channel or Disney XD shows. Just like when we first meet Ahsoka or when we first meet Ezra, they have this kind of just kind of bad attitude and kind of almost douchey air about them that just, it just grates on me. But hopefully that's not what's going to happen. We're going to see cool flights. We're going to see cool action. And, hey, the more the merrier, man. Do some flippies and go down and under and turn your flight around and then shoot somebody and things blowing up. That could be really cool, especially with a flavor of anime on top of it. they could look real slick. Now, there's a couple of other things that we got to get to, but of course, as always, KURO brand is going to help us pay them bills. Yeah, check the link below. Hats, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. And once you find something you like, of course, cop it. Now, another statement from your boy Dave Filoni is that this will be great because telling stories from an animated perspective, you know, the storytelling possibilities are almost endless. And I agree, I think that's great. And then he leads on to tell us and let us know that Oscar Isaac will be, you know, doing the voice for Poe Dameron. Gwendolyn Christie will be doing the voice for Captain Phasma. So we know Poe Dameron and Phasma will be in there. Also, they say that BB-8 will be heavily featured in this. So the good about this is that we're actually getting the actors that, you know, play the role to actually do the voices. It helps connect us more and ground us more in the lore and the story and keep us engaged. The bad about this is that you said that storytelling, you know, like the storytelling, you know, possibilities are endless, but they're not endless, or you're not treating them like they're endless because we already had, you know, the events leading up to Force Awakens, and now we're just telling it again. And not saying we're telling the same stories. What I mean is we're going back to that same time. We're going back to that same well. I would like to go further and expand outward, you know, into other timelines and to see what happened with those people. So that's the bad. The ugly is the BB-8 thing. And I know people love BB-8. I think BB-8's cool too. Did you see what he did in Last Jedi? Homie is boss. He is the MVP. But when they say heavily featured, I'm wondering if this is going to skew very hard to the comedic side. And I know that's great for kids, and that's what this is made for. And this is why I was wondering or wishing that they would do maybe 2 animated series or maybe possibly even 3, because there are fans that love animation that are older. But I know you want to keep the kids because in America, of course, animation is usually made for the children, but for the adults, we like animation too. So maybe I would like to see maybe like an animated series that's more geared towards kids, BB-8 heavily featured, and then, you know, an animated series that's for, you know, maybe older teens and adults, something like maybe like Young Justice. This, you know, a little, it's not inaccessible for kids, but it doesn't play up the role for, you know, an android like BB-8. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'm hoping that it turns out well, but I have this nagging suspicion they're gonna try to get corny on you. And with all that said, the last good thing is that, of course, it's coming this fall. So you don't really have that long to wait, man. It's gonna be here very soon. By the time y'all going back to school, it's gonna be on. Well, let's be honest. Just because we say fall don't mean it's not gonna be late fall. They might do that joint like the day before winter or something. But hopefully, when they say fall, they mean fall like we understand fall, like fall semester. Like we'll be seeing this like late September, maybe early October at the latest. But that's good. It'll be on Disney Channel here in the States, Disney XD everywhere else. And that's another thing. Disney Channel is a little softer than Disney XD. So I'm wondering how it'll look, but we'll see then. So guys, holla at me. I'ma holla at you. Down in them comments, let's talk about Flyboys. Let's talk about these ships and dogfights. Let's talk about what your favorite, you know, spaceship is inside of the Star Wars canon. And before I bounce, I'm gonna tell you guys to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, check me out right there. All my videos on the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget to get one for the playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right, there's no other way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart, and please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other, and remember, just because you can use BB-8 doesn't mean you need to use BB-8. Peace.